When my son wasn't meeting developmental milestones, the doctors kept saying, let's just wait and see. And I said, no. Hi, my name's Emma. I'm a mom on a mission to cure my son's neurodegenerative disease, and we're working to raise $3 million for the clinical trials of a drug that could stop the progression of the disease. Now, if you're a medical parent and you've ever received a life-changing diagnosis, then you know the hurt that is. There's so much hurt that comes with diagnosing your child. And I remember when we were initially battling with his developmental delays and I thought that it might be autism or might be cerebral palsy, I remember feeling like maybe I didn't want a diagnosis, like somehow that diagnosis was going to hold him back. And I felt like if we put that label on him, if we gave him that diagnosis, that he wasn't going to be able to rise above it. And I remember feeling that way for a long time. And when we finally got the genetic testing we needed to get the diagnosis, the world opened up to all of these parents and doctors and people that were scientists that were working on drugs for this disease. And sometimes I think about, what if I hadn't pushed, if I hadn't tried to get him the diagnosis, if I hadn't pushed for genetic testing, if I hadn't gone to different doctors and different hospitals and traveled and moved, if we hadn't done that, we wouldn't be in contact with all of these people trying to cure this disease. We wouldn't be raising the money for these clinical trials. We wouldn't be pushing like this. So while diagnosis is scary, I think that it's also really important, because especially in the world of rare disease, all we have is each other. And in each rare disease, every family is important, because if we don't push for treatments, if we don't push for treatment options, for cures, for gene therapies, nobody's going to. Because with such a small patient pool, there's never going to be interest from big pharmaceutical companies to fund these drug productions. So we have to. As rare disease moms, as rare disease parents, we have to push the science forward. We have to raise the money. We have to do it for our kids. So I'm glad. I'm so glad that we were able to get his diagnosis.